Hello and a very warm welcome to Rajya Sabha Television. This is a brand new edition of Verdict 2013 and I'm your host Frank Pereira. Let's begin with the latest headlines. Sonia Gandhi kicks off Congress campaign in Chhattisgarh for second phase, slams the BJP for lack of development and law and order problems. Congress keeps faith in most of its sitting MLAs and Delhi releases list of 56 candidates. It's the last day to file nominations for assembly elections in Rajasthan. The state goes to polls on December 1st. And the BJP moves Election Commission against Congress for accusing it of corruption in Madhya Pradesh. First up in the bulletin, Congress President Sonia Gandhi kicked off her party's poll campaign for the second phase of Chhattisgarh Assembly elections on Tuesday. She addressed two rallies in Ambikapur and Bhilai. In her speeches, she slammed the BJP-led state government for not paying attention to development and security concerns in Maoist-affected areas of the state. She also accused the government for failing to provide adequate healthcare facilities for women and children, emphasizing on various schemes introduced by the Congress-led UPA government at the centre. She said that her party brought the land acquisition bill to ensure that no one can forcefully confiscate the land of the farmers. Chhattisgarh, which witnessed a voter turnout of 67% in the first phase of polling on Monday, will go into its second phase of polls on November 19th for the remaining 72 constituencies.
मुझे अफसोस है कि भाजपा सरकार के कुशासन के कारण जन कल्याण के हर पैमाने पर छत्तीसगढ़ पिछड़ गया है। यही नहीं, इनकी गलत नीतियों के कारण राज्य के खनिज उद्योग और दूसरे उद्योगों को भारी नुकसान पहुंचा है, जबकि हजारों करोड़ रुपए केंद्र की यूपीए सरकार ने डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी के नेतृत्व में आपकी सरकार को दिए हैं।
Meanwhile, the Congress has kept the winning ability of its candidates while finalizing the list for the Delhi Assembly polls. The party released the names of candidates on Monday. The list of 56 has 42 sitting MLAs, including all its ministers, which shows the party is ready to keep faith in the performers in the previous elections. The list carries the stamp of the Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, who will contest from New Delhi seat and is seeking to stage a comeback for the fourth time in a row. The only sitting MLA who has been left out is Dayanand Chandela from Rajouri Garden. He has criminal cases against him. The party has fielded former BJP councillor Vinod Kumar Monga from Krishan Nagar Assembly seat against the BJP's chief ministerial candidate Harshvardhan. Monga was a close aide of Harshvardhan but had defected to the Congress recently. The Congress list was released after the party's Central Election Committee, chaired by Sonia Gandhi, cleared it. And joining us right now is our correspondent Anu Diwan, who joins us from Vijay Chowk in Delhi. Anu, here you have it, of course, the Congress going ahead and ensuring that it has instilled faith in all the MLAs who have won last time around, barring one person, of course. Everyone else has been given a ticket this time around.
Yeah, definitely, Frank. If we see the ticket of the Congress, we see that all the 42 MLAs have been given ticket. Only one has been denied just because of the reason he was holding a criminal record. But if we see the other candidates also, there are two more candidates who are holding a criminal record, but they have been given ticket. And they were the deflected candidates of the Congress who has recently joined Congress, that are Muhammad Asif Ali Khan and Ram Singh Netaji, who have been given ticket, but there are other speculations that they are holding a criminal record. Only the reason Dayanand Chandela has been denied ticket is that because he is having some criminal records. Yeah.
All right, Anu Diwan, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us there with all those details and bringing us up to date with the latest. Moving on now, the Shiromani Akali Dal has declared the names of its candidates for the 4 seats in the forthcoming assembly elections in Delhi. Now, the party is contesting the election in alliance with the BJP. The party said that while 2 of its candidates will contest on the party symbol, the other two will contest on the ally BJP symbol. Among the names of candidates announced by the party are Manjinder Singh Sirsa from Rajouri Garden, Sham Sharma from Harinagar Assembly seat, Harmeet Singh Kalka from Kalkaji and Jatinder Singh Shunti from Shadara. And these would of course contest on the BJP symbol.
ऐसा है कि जिन इलाकों में हम समझते हैं कि हम अपनी चुनाव चिन्ह के ऊपर हमारा चांस जीतने का ज़्यादा है, वो हमने उतारी है। पिछली दफ़ा हमने 1 सीट पे उतारी थी, इस दफ़ा 2 पे उतारी है और अगली दफ़ा इससे ज़्यादा पे होगा।
Well, the Election Commission is leaving no stone unturned to improve the figure of voter turnout in every state. One such initiative saw lakhs of Delhiites coming out and taking pledge to go and vote. Here's a report.
By the look of it, this may appear a big political rally, but it's not. These people have gathered to take an oath, a pledge to come out and vote when Delhi goes to polls on December 4th. Out of the 70 constituencies in Delhi, at least 11 lakh voters from 8 constituencies turned up at the Delhi Technological University on Monday to take the oath. The huge turnout here has raised the poll panel's hope for larger footfall at booths during the polls.
इलेक्शन कमीशन की तरफ से बहुत सारे इनिशिएटिव्स लिए जा रहे हैं, जिसमें कि वो सारे कॉजेज़ जो कि लो वोटर टर्नआउट के हैं उनको एनालाइज किया गया है और राइट अप टू द पोलिंग स्टेशन हमने लो वोटर टर्नआउट एरियाज़ को आइडेंटिफाई किया है। ये जो इनिशिएटिव्स हैं जिसमें यूथ की जो पार्टिसिपेशन है, यूथ का जो ज़ील है, उसे देखते हुए मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि इस बार का इलेक्शन एक रिकॉर्ड ब्रेकिंग इलेक्शन होगा।
Delhi has a history of low voter turnout. While it has been estimated that less than 60% of the people cast their vote in 2008 assembly polls, only 55% among those eligible voted in 2012 civic polls. Strikingly, political apathy has been more prevalent among literate than uneducated and poor. Here's the comparison. In 2008 polls, voters from Adarsh Nagar slum area were more than the voters in posh Greater Kailash area, which houses some of the big names in the city. There was a clear difference of at least 5% between the two economically different constituencies. This year, approximately 1.15 crore people will vote in Delhi, out of which 3.49 lakh first-time voters in the age group of 18 to 19 will be able to exercise their franchise. The poll panel is concentrating on these young voters to improve the figure, and the young voters showed enough enthusiasm.
पूरे इंडिया में 70% यूथ है, तो इस तरह के प्रोग्राम से यूथ को प्रोत्साहन मिलता है। जैसा विजेंद्र जी, सुशील जी जो आइडियल हैं आज यूथ के, उनकी तरफ से भी ये बात सामने आई है कि मतदान पूरा होना चाहिए और अच्छा होना चाहिए।
यहाँ पे अगर ऐसे प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं तो हम लोग काफ़ी मोटिवेट होते हैं वोटिंग करने के। नॉट आज इवन एज अ हॉस्टलर्स हम डे स्कॉलर्स को मिलता है कि हम सही गवर्नमेंट को चुनें और एक बेटर कंट्री को आगे प्रोग्रेस के लिए बढ़ाएं।
This isn't the first or only initiative taken up by the Election Commission to increase voter turnout. They have already organized several other programs to woo voters. The big question is whether all this trouble will actually pay off on December 4th when the capital goes to vote. Anu Diwan, Rajya Sabha TV.
Moving on to other poll-bound states now. On the day of the nominations for the assembly polls in Rajasthan, several leaders, including the state revenue minister Hema Ram Chaudhary, filed their papers. Now, more than 850 candidates have filed their nomination papers since the process began on the 5th of November. The scrutiny of papers will be done on Wednesday, while the last date to withdraw nominations is November 16th. Rajasthan is going to polls on December 1st and counting will take place on December 8th along with Delhi, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Well, the BJP has filed a complaint with the Election Commission against Congress, accusing it of levelling baseless allegations against it without evidence. Now, the Congress has accused the BJP government of indulging in multi-crore scams in the state. BJP leaders submitted a complaint against Congress to the state's Chief Electoral Officer Jaideep Govind on Monday. Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said that the BJP has requested the poll panel to take cognizance of its complaint as allegations levelled by the Congress are misleading. The BJP has sought appropriate action against the Congress leaders. Well, it's time for a short break now, but we'll be right back to stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Verdict 2013. As nomination process kicked off for the Delhi Assembly polls, all major political parties are busy in finalizing their list of candidates. But most parties are facing dissidence among party workers over distribution of tickets. Here's more.
This is a regular sight at the BJP office these days. Party workers protesting against ticket distribution for the assembly elections on December 4th. The party has so far released names of 62 candidates for the upcoming polls, but a final list is still awaited as the party is busy quelling dissidents. New entrant Aam Aadmi Party too has similar problems at hand.
मैं समझता हूं जितनी भी सीटें हैं उनके ऊपर पुनः विचार होने की संभावना नहीं है।
कैंडिडेट्स फाइनल हैं, एक दो नामों पर विचार चल रहे थे और उसमें से भी पार्टी अपना फाइनल कर चुकी है।
On the other hand, the Congress has released its list of candidates as late as Tuesday. The party has had hectic parleys within to finalize the names of candidates. Congress had formed a poll committee to take calls on who will contest these polls. Despite all caution to avoid dissidents, the party is yet to come out with a final list.
एक एक सीट पे 3-3, 4-4, 5-5 दावेदार हैं, टिकट एक को मिलनी है। छोटी मोटी सुबह आउट कहीं हो सकती है, लेकिन कोई इस तरह का मनभेद नहीं होगा कांग्रेस के बालों में, क्योंकि कांग्रेस के कार्यकर्ता पार्टी के लिए समर्पित रहते हैं।
This year, Delhi is expected to see a three-way contest between traditional rivals Congress and BJP and the newly formed Aam Aadmi Party. Many believe the new entrant can spring a few surprises this time. That is one of the reasons why even the bigger parties have been extra cautious before taking a final call on their list of candidates. Anu Devan for Rajya Sabha TV in Delhi.
Well, the Election Commission has arranged for tight security in Satna district ahead of the Madhya Pradesh Assembly elections on November 25th. Here's a look at how Satna is gearing up for the polls.
7 assembly seats in Satna district will vote on 25th November amid tight security. The Election Commission has ensured heavy security as the district borders neighbouring state Uttar Pradesh. Almost 300 polling booths in the district have been earmarked as vulnerable. Out of its 22 lakh population, only 14 lakh people are eligible to cast their votes. The poll panel has added 40,000 young voters in Satna through special drives. The district will see 54,000 first-time voters this year.
40,000 के करीब युवा मतदाता नए जुड़े हुए हैं, जो नए मतदाता के रूप में काफ़ी जागरूक हैं और उनकी प्रभावी भूमिका होगी।
The Election Commission is also keeping a close eye on paid news. It has launched a monitoring centre and 24/7 media certification for this purpose.
निर्वाचन आयोग के निर्देशानुसार इस बार विधानसभा चुनाव में मीडिया सर्टिफिकेशन एंड मॉनिटरिंग कमेटी का गठन किया गया है। इस कमेटी का काम यह है कि जितना भी प्रिंट मीडिया है और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया है, इसमें जो अभ्यर्थी अपना चुनाव व्यय करते हैं चुनाव प्रचार में, वो पेड न्यूज़ हो या विज्ञापन हो, उसकी मॉनिटरिंग यहाँ 24 घंटे की जा रही है।
Ahead of the polls in 5 states, the Election Commission decided to put in place a mechanism to monitor paid news everywhere. It is also in talks with the Information and Broadcasting Ministry to find an effective way to deal with paid news. The poll panel said that those found guilty will be sent show cause notices. With Panchanan Mishra in Satna, Bureau Inputs, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, the Shivraj Singh Chauhan government is seeking a third term in Madhya Pradesh Assembly elections. One of the major achievements that the government has been harping about is development. However, when our crew travelled to the tribal belt in Chhindwara, it saw a completely different picture. Here's a look.
Patalkot Valley in Chhindwara district is known for its tribes. At least 4 primitive tribes live here. Bharias and Gonds are majority in the valley. The valley has no electricity and no roads. Patalkot is situated at a depth of almost 1500 feet in a valley.
Patalkot is a 79 square kilometer long valley which is filled with dense forests and is known for its flora and fauna. Dudhi river, which flows through the valley, is a lifeline for the tribes who live in Chimtipo village.
The residents here are totally cut off from the civilized world because of its isolated location. The valley has 16 hamlets spread across its corners. We could only reach the first hamlet in the valley, which is 7 kilometers from the top of the hill. The first hamlet, Chimtipur, has only 6 houses. For people living here, paddy and maize cultivation are the only occupation. Last year's rain have caused heavy loss of crop.
इस साल तो बहुत बारिश भी गिरी है और बारिश गिरने के साथ साथ फसल भी पूरी डूब गई है, बैठ चुकी है। अब सोच रहे हैं कि इसमें समस्या यही है कि खाने पीने को कुछ दिखाई नहीं रहती।
The hamlet has electricity, but it rarely works. It also has a health center which doesn't have a nurse. There is one Anganwadi school where government distributes makka for children once in a week.
अस्पताल साहब यहाँ बहुत दिक्कत है, कोई डॉक्टर नहीं है, कोई नहीं है.
The Chimtipur hamlet is the first and the only hamlet that has some connectivity to the village Chindi, which is about 8 kilometers away. People have to travel the distance frequently to buy essential items and check for mails.
जब फसल खराब होती है एक साल, तो उस साल आप लोगों का खाना पीना क्या होता है, कैसा चलता है?
क्या चलता है वो तो जाएंगे छिंदी जाएंगे जब अपनी जुगाड़ लगेगा.
The children in the valley do not go to school. The nearest is at least 10 kilometers away and the terrain has no road.
कौन सी क्लास में पढ़ रहे हो अभी? 10वीं. आप 11वीं पढ़ने के लिए कहाँ जाओगे?
छिंदी में पढ़ेंगे.
छिंदी में पढ़ेंगे. तो कितना किलोमीटर आना जाना होगा आपको रोज?
10 किलोमीटर है.
The tribes in the hamlet have been working for the Gramin Rozgar Yojana for the last 2 years, but they never got their payments.
का मैं पता लग रहा हमको कि पैसा दे रही सरकार ऊपर संस्था से करके, मगर पतालकोट के अंदर किसी को नहीं मिला है अभी तक.
Women here suffer most because of lack of medical facility. Medicines are scarcely available here.
दवाखाना है नहीं यहाँ पे.
काय के दवाखाना हम तो जानते ही नहीं दवा काय कहाँ.
Tribals of the area, however, say that they will go to vote, but they will only elect those who will listen to their voice. With Rajkamal Rao in Patalkot, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, Rajasthan's Bikaner, famous for tourism, has now become a political battleground for the Congress and the BJP. Being the biggest district in western Rajasthan, this region holds the key to the final outcome of the forthcoming assembly elections. Here's a look at some of the major issues of this region.
Bikaner is one of Rajasthan's most famous tourist destinations. The Junagadh Fort and other heritage sites have been major tourist attractions over years. However, voters here feel that there are several issues which need to be addressed on priority. Traffic is a major problem. Absence of any underpass or overbridge at railway crossings has compounded traffic chaos. Despite being one of the key regions in the state, it has no high court or any air connectivity.
सबसे बड़ी समस्या है हमारी एडवोकेट की और बीकानेर जनता की और संभाग की वर्तमान में हाईकोर्ट की मांग को लेकर है, जो आज से नहीं है, करीबन कई वर्षों से चली आ रही है.
Bikaner district has 7 constituencies. In 2008, BJP won from Khajwala, Bikaner West, Bikaner East and Kolayat, while the Congress won in Lunkaranskar and Dungargarh. Nokha seat went to an independent candidate. Both BJP and Congress are putting up strong candidates for the 2 seats in Bikaner city. Siddhi Kumari of the royal family will be contesting from Bikaner East and former Congress President B.D. Kalla will contest from Bikaner West. Both the leaders are relying on development for victory.
कोटा इम्प्लीमेंटेशन में भी इशू बेस्ड कम्युनिटी हॉल्स हैं, लाइब्रेरीज फॉर स्कूल चिल्ड्रन एंड हॉस्पिटल केयर में वार्ड बनाना एंड टू गिव इवन द इक्विपमेंट इन द हॉस्पिटल वार्ड. आई थिंक दीज विल बी द हाइलाइट्स ऑफ माय बीइंग एन एमएलए.
मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि राजस्थान के लोग इसका मौका नहीं देंगे. जो इतनी अच्छी योजनाएं हैं तो कांग्रेस को पुनः लोग रिपीट करेंगे, कांग्रेस की सरकार बनेगी और इन योजनाओं में और अभिवृद्धि होगी. जो और सेक्टर रह गए उनको हम और छांट करके और आम जनता को बहुत बड़ी राहत देने वाले हैं.
A major section of the voters here are scheduled caste. They belong to Jat and Brahmin communities. Hence, caste-based politics will play an important role here in the assembly elections. With Pranav Goswami in Bikaner, Bureau Inputs, Rajya Sabha TV.
Our correspondent Pranav Goswami joins us for more from Jaipur at the moment. Of course, Pranav, we just took a look at the major issues that the people in Bikaner really face. 7 seats up for grab there in Bikaner district. It's going to be extremely crucial ahead of the polls and it remains to be seen which way the voters really go out and vote there.
In Bikaner, this time the election battle is going to be very interesting because there are very important constituencies. If we talk about important constituencies, B.D. Kalla, former president of Rajasthan Congress, he is contesting from Bikaner West. Last time he lost his election. Siddhi Kumari, as we mentioned in our story, she is princess of the royal family of Bikaner. She is sitting MLA from Bikaner East. Apart from these two important candidates, Devi Singh Bhati, you must be remembering that Devi Singh Bhati had formed his own party in 2003. He tried to create a third front possibility. He had differences with Bhairav Singh Shekhawat on Rajput reservation issue. So he is also fighting from Kolayat. These three candidates are very important candidates, and BJP has four candidates, four sitting MLAs from Bikaner district, and Congress has 2 MLAs and 1 MLA is independent from Bikaner. There are various issues. People complain about the air connectivity. This Bikaner is a very important tourist destination, but there is no air connectivity.
Right.
There are so many railway crossings without having any under overbridge. So there are issues, but definitely this Bikaner district is, as far as the political equation is concerned, is going to be a very important district.
All right, Pranav Goswami, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much for bringing us that ground report and taking us through the latest there from Bikaner in Rajasthan. Meanwhile, of course, Rajya Sabha Television travelled to the historic town of Gwalior in Madhya Pradesh, where law and order situation and unemployment seem to be the major issues in the forthcoming elections. Here's more.
नमस्कार, राज्यसभा टीवी के कार्यक्रम चौपाल में आपका स्वागत है। मैं हूं अरविंद कुमार सिंह। हम हैं देश के ऐतिहासिक नगर ग्वालियर में, जो कला, संस्कृति और तमाम अन्य सभ्यताओं के लिए जानी जाती रही है। डॉक्टर साहब, हम आपसे शुरू करेंगे बात कि जब चुनाव आता है तो क्या जो कला है, संस्कृति है, इसके विकास को भी कहीं मुद्दा बनाया जाता है?
जहाँ तक मेरी जानकारी का प्रश्न है, कला, साहित्य, संस्कृति चुनावों में मुद्दा नहीं होते हैं।
भदौरिया जी, आपसे जानेंगे कि डॉक्टर साहब ने बताया कि कला, संस्कृति और बाकी ये एजेंडे में नहीं रहती, तो जो वोट बैंक को प्रभावित करते हैं, आप शिक्षा की बात कर लीजिए, स्वास्थ्य की बात कर लीजिए, बाकी और विकास की बात करिए, उसमें क्या हालत है जो है ग्वालियर संभाग?
जहाँ तक मेरी जानकारी में है तो कानून व्यवस्था की स्थिति और बेरोजगारी की समस्या, ये मुद्दे प्रधानता में रहते हैं।
जी, तो तोमर जी, हम जानेंगे आपसे कि अभी जो ये इस इलाके में मुख्य लोगों के सवाल क्या क्या है?
रोजगार की समस्या है, खास करके युवा बेरोजगार घूम रहा है और जिसके कारण आए दिन जो है कानून व्यवस्था की स्थिति गड़बड़ाती है, चोरियां हैं और चेन स्नैचिंग जैसी स्थितियां हैं। और इसके अलावा किसानों की समस्याएं हैं कि अभी भी सिंचाई का पानी जहां तक होना चाहिए, जितनी व्यवस्था होनी चाहिए, वो नहीं है, बिजली नहीं है।
हम समाधान के बारे में बात करें अगर, तो बहुत तेजी से विकसित हो रहा है ग्वालियर शहर, और आसपास के भी जो छोटे छोटे कस्बे थे वो शहरों में तब्दील होते जा रहे हैं, और आबादी पर दबाव बढ़ रहा है, पानी की समस्या और बहुत सारी चीजें। क्या ऐसा कुछ करने की जरूरत है इस इलाके में ताकि थोड़ी और खुशहाली आ सके?
जब तक राजनीति, जब तक राज्य, जब तक व्यवस्था एक आगे की ओर नहीं देखेगी और आगे की ओर उस दृष्टिकोण से नहीं देखेगी कि समाज को से आगे ले जाना है, समाज को जागरूक करना है।
भदौरिया जी, आपसे जानेंगे कि एक बात यहाँ जब इस इलाके की बात आती है तो एक बात जरूर उभर के आती है कि यहाँ जो है मुगलों के जमाने से डाकू समस्या रही है, और सरकारें दावा करती हैं कि अब खत्म हो गई, इसके बाद कुछ दिनों के बाद फिर शुरू हो जाती है। तो ये जो समस्या है, इसके निदान के लिए क्या कुछ करने की जरूरत है?
फिलहाल अपन इतना ही कहना चाहेंगे कि समाज की ऋण शिक्षा होती है। अगर शिक्षा व्यवस्था को यहाँ व्यवहारिक रूप में अच्छे तरीके से लागू कर दिया जाए, गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षा मुहैया कराई जाए, तो विकास के नए रास्ते खुल सकते हैं।
कुल मिलाकर आप लोगों की बातचीत से यही लगा कि अभी भी जनता के बुनियादी दुख दर्द अपनी जगह कायम है। साथ ही साथ मानसिकता की बात भी है, चाहे वो राजनेताओं की मानसिकता हो या नागरिकों की मानसिकता, इसमें भी बहुत कुछ बदलाव करने की जरूरत है। आप सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आगे मिलेंगे किसी और मुद्दे के साथ।
And with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Verdict 2013. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again same time, same place tomorrow.